In this video, I'm going to be going over every single character in the game and attempting to give them a nerf. And yes, I mean all of them. For some characters, this will be very easy, and for others, naturally, not so much. But I'm going to be doing it nonetheless. While the nerfs I suggest for most of the good characters will be pretty accurate for what I'd actually like to see in the future, the ones for the bad characters are not. I don't want to see a lot of these characters nerfed. But I thought it would be fun to challenge myself and see if I could come up with one for everyone. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my picks. And let's get into it. Jin's a hard one because the character is just so amazing. There's so many things we could decide to nerf here. After thinking about it, I decided with two possibilities. We could nerf down 2. Basically, this move is way too good. It needed to be minus 15 so every character can consistently launch punish it, but for some reason it's just not. So either nerf the down 2, make it so any character can launch it, so Jins don't just feel comfortable throwing it around all day, or nerf his renowned and very famous Heat Smash. The Heat Smash has to go. There's no justification for keeping the Heat Smash. It sends you to the wall from basically anywhere, no matter where you are, and then he follows up for a full combo and you die. That's like 90 damage. If I had to choose one, it'd probably be the Heat Smash. Kazuya Mishima has been a character who's done a lot better lately since his buffs, but if you ask me, there's still one clear thing that needs to be nerfed about him, and that is his Demon Paw. Unlike all the other Mishimas who got their Demon Paws nerfed, Kazuya's basically did not. All that really got changed was the knockback. This is still the best Demon Paw in the game, if you ask me. The range on this move is just absolutely ridiculous. And the worst part is when he's in heat, it's basically impossible to accurately sidestep this. I would nerf this move and bring it in line with the other Demon Paws. Paul Phoenix was a hard one, but if I had to choose something, I think I would definitely nerf his Heat Smash. This move is way stronger than most people think. It's a full wall break, meaning you get a full combo out of it, does decent damage for a low Heat Smash, but the most important part, it is only minus 12 on block. Yeah, you heard me right. This Heat Smash is minus 12. One of the only low Heat Smashes in the game to be that safe. No, it is the only low, and look how far that wall smash is from. Honestly, this is comparable to Jin distance. This move is insanely strong. For Reina, there were two things I was initially thinking about. First were her unbreakable throws. In the last patch, basically all throws have lost their homing property, but for some reason, Reina just didn't. Hers still track, and that's very good for her. So I was thinking about nerfing that, but honestly, I think there's something even more important, and that's her 3+4 string. This move is way stronger than people actually think. Seriously. It has no right doing as much damage as it is. You can use this like 3 times in heat, and look at the range. It's one of the biggest range whiff punishers in the game, dealing like 50 damage. Safe on block again, so they can use it as much as they want. I would definitely nerf this move on Reina. Let's be real, Sneak 4 needs a major tone down. I don't know why this move hasn't been nerfed more yet. This move does everything. It's plus 7 on block, you heard me right, plus 7 on block, it's a mid, it hits grounded, it's a heat engager, and it's a full launcher if you go into it with a heat dash. This move just does everything and is way too oppressive for the game. Devil Jin's another hard one. This character low-key sucks, but if I had to pick anything, I would say nerf his down back 1+2 charge move. It feels weird because it's kind of all this character has in this game, but hey, I said I'm going to be nerfing every character. This move is too strong. Initially, people were just using it for the full charge up, which is easy to sidestep, but then people started realizing that if you only do a partial charge, you get a major plus 15 at the wall. One of the best moves for timing mix-ups in the game. This hurts to say because Devil Jin would be even more garbage if he didn't have this, but I'd remove the wall crumple effect and only give it to them if it's fully charged. King's a pretty simple one. The down forward 2-1 is way too strong. It's a 13 frame counter hit launcher that leads into like 80 damage. Definitely nerf this move. Make it a little bit slower, it's too fast as it is. Victor's had a lot of his major overpowered moves toned down, but he still has one move that I think people don't talk about enough, and that's his 1+2. This move is way too good. It's one of the best counter hit launchers in the game if you ask me. It comes out at 15 frames, which is very fast for this game. And now since Victor's combo damage has been buffed so much, you're gonna go to the wall basically from wherever you are and take a ton of damage. It's just too fast for how safe it is on block. Either make it a little bit slower or make it less safe on block. If I had to pick for Leroy, it would definitely be his perfect parry. This move is a little bit too strong as it is. While it is hard to consistently land his perfect parry, unless you have perfect timing with your tech, it guarantees a big damage follow-up and it heals Leroy. It'd be that or his new sidestep 1+2, but I'm going with the parry. Doesn't need anything too crazy, just get rid of the follow-up and then we're good. The butt slam needs to go. There's no reason why Kuma and Panda should do this much damage. Take away the butt slam guaranteed follow-up and these characters would be way more balanced. Even though they still suck. Claudio's heat down back 1+2 is way too strong as it is. This move is a full launcher, is only -2 on block, and look how far it leaves him away from his opponents. This move is just incredible, and I would definitely tone it down if I was nerfing him. Honorable mention goes to his back 1. This move is still ridiculous. Sorry to quickly interrupt this video, but if you guys are enjoying this and want to see more scripted Tekken 8 content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's a really huge help, as only about 12% of my viewers are actually subscribed. Thank you so much, and let's get back into the video. Feng is one of those characters with a million broken moves, so picking one thing to nerf on him is really difficult. If I had to say, I'd say initially back 3. This move is way too good. It starts his aggression off perfectly, giving him a +6 on block and chip damage. Very strong move. But overall, I think the one thing I'd nerf would actually be his 3+4 in heat. This is a ridiculously hard move to avoid that gives him a guaranteed 50-50. He can use this multiple times in heat. I'd say maybe decrease the amount of times he can use this in heat, making it take up more of the meter, or make it a little bit slower so you could more easily float him out of it. It's Flash, let's be real. It's always been Flash. A 6-frame counter hit / parry tool is really good in the game that's this aggressive. Yoshimitsu mains are living life right now, so I'd tone the Flash down a little bit. What to even say about Alisa? There's so much broken stuff here. The one thing I just really disagree with on this character is giving her a hell sweep. This move is way too good for a character like this. She shouldn't be able to threaten you mid-screen with a hell sweep. It's just, Alisa was never like this, and giving her this ability in Tekken 8 definitely contributed to her being so strong. Either make the hell sweep way slower or just remove it entirely. I hate this move. Just AOP in general. What is this? Make it so she can actually be hit and isn't basically invincible when she's using AOP. This is so frustrating to deal with. Bryan's quarter circle back 1 is a really good move. If you've ever played a Bryan, you've seen them use this move a lot. It's a 13 frames fast and is +5 on block, also doing great chip damage. If this wasn't enough, it's also, as you can see, a full counter hit launcher. Yup, a 13 frame counter hit launcher. It also has some high crush, but only if you're kind of bad at doing the backsway. Either make quarter circle back 1 a little bit slower or make it less unbelievably plus on block. One of those two would be really good. And make his 1-2-1 a little bit more risky. It should not be a safe counter hit string, it's just too much. Nina's while standing 1+2 in heat is ridiculous. It's a 13 frame while standing launcher that does 55 damage and wall splats. Like, what more could you ask for? I don't think there's any other 13 frame, so you can punish a hatchet with this, or a Jin down back 4, with 55 damage and a wall splat. And you wall splat from pretty much any range because her guns are so strong. This move definitely needs to be toned down. Tone down the damage, tone down the knockback, or make it not wall splat. One of those would go a long way for Nina. For June, I would say one of 2 moves need to be toned down. Either her forward 2, which is the best whiff punishing move in the game, or her sidestep 4. The forward 2 has incredible range, and you'll use it into the 1+2 follow-up, which is safe on block, only costing her HP. The cool thing about this move is that while you're in heat, you can heat dash out of it on reaction and get a full launch from an already safe whiff punishing move. And you also lose a lot less HP when you're in heat. Very strong. I would make it so this move isn't a launcher in heat. It does too much to also be a launcher in heat. Or, the other move we were going to talk about is her sidestep 4. This is a pretty standard aggression pitbull kind of move. This move is +6 on block, which is very good. It's a mid, heat engager, and it launches with a heat dash. Super strong move. I can see them turning down the plus frames on that, kind of like Dragunov's Sneak 4, but I'd probably go with a forward 2 1+2 if I had to. Don't nerf June, she's pretty bad right now. For Law, there's a clear answer if you ask me. His 1-1-1 string in heat is just unfair and needs to be nerfed. Lots of characters have a counter hit jab string that guarantees a heat engager. That's not that crazy, but what they don't have is the ability to heat dash out of it for a full combo. Other characters just get a grounded follow-up, but for some reason, Law gets ridiculous damage. Not fair at all if you ask me. You shouldn't be able to do a full combo off of jab if you get a counter hit, even in heat. This is too much. This move needs to be reduced, so all he gets is a grounded follow-up like Lars. Honorable mention goes to his nunchucks. Very strong. It shouldn't be as safe as it is without heat. If you space it, there's almost no way anyone's ever punishing it. Lars is a hard one because this character really doesn't have a lot. I would probably revert the forward 3-3 change that they made, where they made silent entry 1 pretty much uninterruptible. You used to be able to option select with a quick sidestep duck or something, but now you basically just have to either learn how to fuzzy guard the low perfectly, which is really hard to do, online basically impossible to do, or just guess. You can try and power crush through the 1 option, or you can try and block low for the 2 option. It's just not fun. I don't like guaranteed 50-50s like this. I'd revert this back to the way it used to be. Not much to say about Jack. This character is already pretty weak, but if I had to choose something, I think I would nerf the 10-frame heat smash. It's a little too much. It's weird saying that because I know a lot of his kit is actually built around that, but having a 10-frame punish that does this much damage, and it's just you can interrupt anything with it, it's kind of dumb, even in the context of his kit. I don't want to nerf Jack, but if I had to, that'd probably be what I would pick. So now we're getting to the hardest ones. This character is kind of trash. If I had to choose something to nerf, it would probably be her while running 1+2. But if I'm being honest, she really needs this move. It's how she starts her aggression. I don't know, I'd probably make it like 1 frame less plus on block or do a tiny bit less chip damage, something very, very slight. I would nerf the down forward 3+4 range. This move really pisses me off. Not much else to say, she's a pretty balanced character, I just hate this move. Hwoarang's another really hard one. I would probably nerf the Black Kite Dragon Lash and his right foot forward stance. Maybe make it a little bit slower to come out, or making it either like neutral on block, or letting the opponent jab or crouch jab first, and you'd have to like guess, like if you think they're gonna jab, you go for a high crush, something like that. Really though, this would probably like make the character pretty bad, but that'd be my one nerf. I'd probably tone this move down very slightly. Okay, so I was gonna say for Raven, because no one plays this character, no one knows anything about this character. I was gonna say nerf his Heat Smash projectile range, and I was just experimenting, and what is this? This is sad. I can't even say nerf the range. I never knew how bad. Why does this not hit? What is going on? What is going on? I'm sorry, Raven players. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Leo's a hard one, mainly because no one knows about this character, but I'd say if I had to pick something, I'd say tone down their down forward 2+3. This is a pretty chunky low, especially on counter hit. It gives a guaranteed follow-up. It is only -12 on block. I'd say do a little bit more, maybe like -13, maybe even -14, and that'd be the nerf I'd give to Leo. Azucena's a really hard one. This character is awful. Maybe I'd nerf her range on her 1+2 a little bit, but any nerfs to this character would pretty much destroy her. She's already like not very fun to play right now. For Steve, they could make his back 1 a frame or 2 slower. 13 frames is really fast, and even if they made it a bit slower, it'd still be a fast and a great move. And maybe they could make it safe on block to compensate or something. Who am I kidding? Look at me trying to justify nerfing him. I'm sorry, okay? He doesn't deserve nerfs, but I gotta give him something. Make it a little bit slower, maybe. Make it more safe on block to compensate. That's all I got for Steve. I would make Shaheen's while standing 1 a little bit more slow. This move seems very strong, and it's used in pro play so often. Maybe make it like a little bit unsafe on block. Right now, it's only -2. -7 or 8, so he has to give up his turn would be really good for how fast this move is and how much it does. Zafina's down forward 1 in her Tarantula stance really pisses me off. Like, this move is so not fun to deal with. Now, maybe I just don't know the counterplay, but it seems like it's impossible to sidestep this move half the time. And when she's doing all of her setups, it feels unavoidable. So I need this move to be nerfed. This is a personal bias. I just despise this move, okay? Maybe make it less plus on block. It's currently +6 on block. Or maybe make it do a little bit less chip damage. Something like that. I really hate this move. So for Lidia, I would nerf the counter hit properties on her forward 2. So for some reason, when you hit this in the counter hit, and you do the guaranteed heat engager, this follow-up, you see how she goes into heat and she does her heaven and earth stance, but it doesn't take, usually like when you're only level 1, or you haven't like upgraded it at all, you lose like pretty much your whole heat gauge if you do the heaven and earth stance. But here, because it's a heat engager, you don't do it, you get a guaranteed mix-up. I get it, because you don't have the normal heat engager, so that's what they're trying to give you, but it's kind of too strong. Maybe give like an option select or something, or just like reduce it. Or like just make it so if you use it on like the first round, it still takes up your heat bar. Like maybe not as much as a normal one, you only lose like half your heat bar this time, but yeah, when you hit a counter hit forward 2 and go into Heaven and Earth stance, it should take up some of the meter. That's all I'm saying. For Lee, I'd say very simple nerf. His back 4, obviously it's a super strong move. I'd say make it a little bit more minus on block. Right now it's only like -3. It's like 3, 2, or even 1 if you go into stance, depending on like how you space it. It's a great counter hit launcher. It's one of his best moves. If I had to choose something, I don't think he really needs nerfs, obviously, but I'd say make it like more like -6, 7, so you give up more of your turn. Your opponent has more time to like retaliate, I'd say. Very simple nerf. And for Eddy, I'd say, all right, listen, okay? His 3-3-3 string has to go. Now, is it good for anyone who knows the game? No, it's awful. But you guys saw that Eddy bot on Twitch? Okay, that Eddy bot was traumatizing new players. It got to like, what, orange ranks or yellow ranks? There were probably new players who uninstalled the game because of that string. Okay, that string's gotta go. It's not worth it to traumatize our new players. That's the nerf, okay? Remove the string. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Keep in mind, this was all just for fun, not things I necessarily actually want to see or think are justified. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.